No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah, refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Man, feels good to be back. I can't wait for today's episode, man. So excited. A lot's been going on. Tomo, you good? I mean,
no, do your thing. I'm trying to make sure I'm not choppy. That's all.
Okay. I ain't know you. I ain't know what's going on. All right, well, look, y'all. We got a great episode, man. You see Tomo with the Wizards background. We're going to talk about Bradley Beal to the Suns. Draymond Green declining his player option. What? Okay, he flashing the jersey. It's a throwback now.
I said it last week.
All right, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about, Dame Lillard. Should they trade Dame or should they trade the pick? Hey, what should they do in that situation? Zion, same situation. But look, before we get to all that, I got three great guys with me. My partner, Tomo, my guy, Carl, and my brother, J-Mo. What's good, fellas?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. That's all I got. I'm going to keep it short and simple. I'm doing great, and y'all already know why. How y'all fellas doing?
As you can see by my background, I'm okay. You know what I mean? I'm okay. I'm not doing too good, not too bad. I'm okay. Let's get it.
Shoot, I'm doing good, man. 7 teams got swept in baseball this weekend. Wasn't mine. Mine won their series. Can't say the same about some teams. I'm just doing great, fellas. I'm ready for this draft in a couple of days. Ready to change for the Pistons to change this franchise around, please.
That's good.
He's starting off early, I see.
Oh, one more thing. Right? Hey, J-Mo, I guess we were so nice they had to bring it back twice, bro.
Man.
So look, y'all, we're gonna kick this thing off, right? So look, make sure y'all like this video. We are streaming this on 3 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. So make sure y'all like it on the video on all 3 platforms. Follow and subscribe on all 3 platforms. And last but not least, on all 3 platforms, I want y'all to share it because we gotta get more people on watching this show. It's gonna be a great show today. Appreciate y'all for already being in the comments. Shout out to Kevo, right? Maybe it's a chat joke. You know, I wasn't in the chat today, right? But shout out to Kevo in the chat. The comments already. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be using throughout the show. And as y'all put the comments down, we're going to throw them on the screen. And we'll respond to some of them, the ones that actually make sense, all right? Tomo, talk about those IG chats we have going on.
Look, man, I almost forgot one important thing, though, before we start the show. Our ancestors are going to kill us, man. It's Juneteenth. It's Juneteenth, man. I'm sorry, man. We got to celebrate Juneteenth.
Oh, yeah.
We got to throw that out there. And, hey, Dave, because it's Juneteenth.
Up.
There we go. Now let's talk about these IG comments, man. Nah, it's like the ancestors tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, bro, you wouldn't have a show if it weren't for us, man. What's going on?
Exactly.
What's going on? Don't disrespect us. But for the folks that want to know about these IG chats, man, look, I think maybe 2-3 months ago, the chats really had an uptick, but they really started taking off out. And like every single chat has been going up, Dave voice. Like first it started with MLB. Then it started with a little bit of NFL. Then the Joker, Dirk kind of sparked the NBA up a little bit because, you know, after the Lakers got swept, a lot of people didn't really want to talk too much. But now they back. Now you got Westbrook fans in there talking. But college football is sparking up too. So, you know, you see Carl over there. So, you know, the Terps, I dropped a promo for y'all. Then with college basketball, that's the draft here. So you got to talk about some of them people too, both men's and women's. And boxing, Earl Spence, Crawford. Then you got Floyd Team fighting people, you know, on Zeus Network with his fights. You know, it's a lot of things going on with boxing. UFC, hey, Connor, you a wild boy. We'll talk about that at one point. So with these chats, you can find us on Instagram at Refuse to Lose Sports. Refuse the number 2 Lose Sports. I kind of glitched for a second there, but again, my man, perfect timing. And everything I just said in those chats, you get the latest news and updates. Like, I wasn't here for the Bradley Beal trade, but Dave dropped the bomb before anybody even knew. I think Shams told him first, and then he dropped it in the chat. So if you want to be a part of these chats, again, hit us up on Instagram at Refuse to Lose Sports. That's Refuse the number 2 Lose Sports. And we'll just add you to any chat you want to be a part of, or if you want to participate in all, just say all, and we got you. Joe?
Let's get it. And look, shout out to Teddy, BWT Baseball with Teddy. If you like baseball, all right. So look, if you like baseball, you a big fan, a casual fan, hey, you just want to learn baseball, make sure you tune in to BWT through Refuse to Lose Sports. All right, content comes out three days a week. The last one was a 2-hour episode, but look, y'all, 2 hours, you might say 2 hours. The whole 2 hours, I was engaged. I was engaged the whole time. It was a very entertaining show. All right, we had Dave debuting for the first time on BWT on there. Right, Jovan, his third time on there. And we have a brand new guy, Jim, on there also. 2 Yankees, and we had 2 Red Sox. So shout out to Teddy for running the show and for all the baseball material. Once again, BWT, the Refuse to Lose Sports. And Tomo, normally I'll facilitate, I'll kick it off to you. But I'm gonna throw you a pass for the first one, all right? Because this is all about you, all right? It's all about you. Tomo, when this happened, I was with my dad chilling on Father's Day. But all I could do is think about you when I got this message. All right.
Special, man.
All right. Bradley Beal. Oh, first of all, shout out to all the fathers, to all the father figures. All right. Happy Father's Day. Hope y'all had a great Father's Day. And once again, shout out to all the ancestors that look like me and all you guys on here right now. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here right now. So shout out. So look, Tomo, Bradley Beal, man. Bradley Beal, bombshell. He controlled his own destiny. He had a no trade clause, the only one in the NBA. And he chose a destination, and he chose to go to the Phoenix Suns. All right. They traded Chris Paul, Shamet, and a bunch of second-round picks for Bradley Beal. Tomo, what was your reaction to that?
The producers know. The producers know. That's exactly what it was. And shout out to you, Draymond. I told you, man, once you gave me the title, I was going to use it at some point.
Yes, sir. No question.
Literally, the Wizards are rebuilding. Get them out of here, man. Get them out of here. But nah, let me, before I get the jokes off, first things first, let me get down to business, right? Bradley, real deal, or the Panda, Beal. That's what we used to call him in DC, right? Drafted first round, number 3 pick. One part of the debatable best backcourt in the NBA. They called him the House of Gods at one point. Debatable. You can make your faces. Man, this guy, right? He was a Wizard. Second in franchise in points. Third franchise assist leader. Second in steals with the franchise. First in threes, of course, because not that many Wizards shoot threes. I don't think we've seen that many since Gill and maybe Bowman. But outside of that, man, Bradley, thank you for everything you gave to the Wizards when you were here and when you were actually on the court. Because you had some clutch moments. But once Tommy Shepard, first things first, y'all know you're done, son, right? You're done, son. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch that, what I said about Tommy Shepard.
You're done, son.
Out of here. Remember how the NBA changed their names of their awards? I might have to change your done, son to the Tommy Shepard Award. Because he's the reason why Bradley Beal had to go to the Suns. Let me tell you about this contract. For all the Wizards fans that's out there, they've been going back and forth. So, man, that was a bad trade. We could have got so much more. How? With the no trade clause, Bradley Beal was not going to give us no. The only thing he did for us was waive that 15% trade kicker. Everything else, he was like, I'm not about to help y'all. I want to leave. This contract was 5 years, $251 million. $251 million. Who you think? Who you trying to kidnap? Chelsea Clinton? But I ain't. Let me stop.
I would kill myself for $250 million.
Hey, if you was on the rooftop, man, y'all know what we talking about right now, man. The movie references gonna fly left and right. But the no trade clause alone No player in the NBA has that right now. No active star. LeBron doesn't have it. Steph doesn't have it. KD doesn't have it. Giannis might because Bill got it now, but nobody else has it. And Tommy Shepard want to be so loyal that he kind of like put a bad bone in the Wizards' back. And I'm just happy he gone, man. Shout out to the front office for making some type of deal happen. We're going to see what happens with Chris Paul. I mean, maybe you can take whatever team he gets and flip that. Maybe you can talk Kuz into opting in and doing the signing trade. But right now, I am so happy that this team finally has a vision. Because right now, I don't care if we tank for the next 2 years. Just know, think about OKC and the Clippers. For all the fans out there, just remember that. Joe, what you think about it?
Next, let's get it. Bill, man. When you started off your speech, I thought you were doing it, you're done, son. That's how you was doing it, right? I was waiting for it. But look, terrible contract. And I thought that y'all did a good move. You know, like you said, like I heard a lot of talk, people were saying it's a dumb trade by the Wizards, but what else you gonna do? I mean, either eat up that contract another year, or you just grant Bill his wishes. Y'all only job was, let's get rid of this contract. I don't care how we get rid of it. Let's get this thing out of our hands. The good thing is y'all got Chris Paul, and now y'all can flip Chris Paul to something. Because he wants to go to LA, either the Clippers or the Lakers, because his family's in LA. So
let's go Clippers.
Yeah, like I think he will go to the Clippers too. It just makes more sense when it comes to winning the championship because the Lakers roster is not filled out either. They got some free agents they got to deal with too. But over $20 million I got rid of. Bill had a leverage. But this is what I'm interested in. This will be the first time in Bradley Beal's career he's going to have the microscope over him. First time in his career. Every game the Suns play, they're going to be on now. Every single game. So I want to see how he's going to respond to that. I think Bill and Devin Booker are kind of like the same player. Both of them came into the game being 3-point marksmen, like people. They both got compared to Ray Allen. And then as their years went by, they both turned into mid-range assassins, basically, right? So Bradley Beal is more of a mid-range shooter. So is Devin Booker. I think only thing Bradley Beal makes 2 threes a game. I think when I checked, it was 1.5 threes. But one thing about Bradley Beal, he could also handle the ball. Right, his last 2 years with the Wizards, he played a lot of the point, a lot of the ball handling in the pick and roll. I think his assists went up the last 2 years. So I think they could play good together. And having Frank Vogel, a defensive-minded head coach, you know, I got to see how they're going to fill this roster out. So I'm not going to say they're the favorites. I'm not going to say none of that stuff because all they can do right now, they're not the favorites, I don't think. No. All they can do right now is sign a bunch of veterans on the veteran minimum. And I mean, like every year they're going to have new role players, basically, you know. So I got to see how this roster fill out for me to make a judgment on this team.
Shamo? Oh, Carl.
Go
ahead, Carl.
Oh, all right, cool. So welcome to the bottom, my brother. Welcome to the bottom. We here now.
we really got the same smart tech.
Nah, for real. All right. So to be honest, I think it was a good move. But it's kind of one of those moves where you give the GM credit for digging himself out of a hole he put himself into. Because this is a year removed from signing Bradley Beal to that contract. You could have just not signed him. But again, you do get the pick swaps in the first round. We'll see what those are. Those have yet to be released. You get the extra second round picks. You now dump the contract. So it's kind of like you didn't sign him. Kind of. He barely played. Correct me if I'm wrong. He barely played last year. Like he played a couple games. Maybe did he play half the season?
Yeah.
Okay. But again, you move. I think I seen at one point down the line, y'all was going to owe him like $57 million for 1 year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So y'all got that out of there. Again, like Joe said, you could flip Chris Paul for something. You still got the 8th pick. Hopefully, we don't know. Like again, we don't know the pick swap, so we don't know if that's involved. But if you do keep the 8th pick, you can still get a guy like Anthony Black, who's a really good point guard.
We keeping our 8th pick.
Y'all keeping the 8th pick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then again, you can get Anthony Black, really good point guard out of Arkansas. And yeah, you just rebuild from there. It gives you room to sign Porzingis and Kuzma if you chose to do so. And you can fill out the roster. I like the move for the Wizards. Like, again, a lot of people said, well, hey, why y'all couldn't go such and such? You could have got so much more from other players, other teams, I mean. But again, like y'all said, one, he would have to waive the no trade clause in order for the deal to go through. And two, not too many teams will want to take on that type of contract. It's like a huge salary dump for a team to take that. So a lot of teams is not going to say, okay, we'll take all this money, but give you all of this. No, it's not going to work like that. So I think I did make the best available move. I'm somewhat excited for Phoenix because, again, they're going to have to probably go over the salary. They're probably going to have to go into luxury and eat that luxury tax to fill out that roster. So if y'all don't bring that for less than the ring, then not really going to be worth it. But that's all I had to say. Welcome to the bottom.
I think they're already over the luxury tax for real.
Yeah, that could be true as well.
So to back on what you said about Beal, Carl, 2022 he played 40 games. Last year he played 50 games. So yeah, basically a half season, both years. I think it was a good move for both teams, to be honest with you. The Wizards had to get rid of the money. I mean, get up off that money, like I said, get off the contract. And the Suns needed some more, whatever they need. And you know, they it's either you get some more depth or you get another bucket getter. And they got another bucket getter. So it kind of, barring any injuries, they don't have to get as much depth as they had to get before. Because Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant can all, to some extent, score and facilitate. So we seen Chris Paul playing with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant last year, and when Chris Paul got hurt, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, it's like they took their game went to another level. It was more freely. They wasn't coming off pin downs, waiting for Chris Paul to pass them the ball. They was coming up and creating the offense. So a team with those three doesn't really need like a pure point guard. You know what I mean? They're going to show you, as far as handling the ball and settling down in situations, they're going to show you what Boston should be doing since they don't have a clear-cut point guard. But I think it was a good move for both teams. As far as the Wizards, I think that if they don't flip Chris Paul into something nice, then I don't know if they're going to keep Porzingis and Kuzma and like, you know, start from there, or if they're going to get rid of them too and do a full rebuild. But just speaking on the trade, I think it was a good trade for both teams. And like you said, Bill got the no trade clause. So it's like what I say goes. They can't just go out and find whatever is the best deal for the team. They got to make sure Bill good with it. So I mean, I think it was a good move for both teams. And I'm waiting to see not only how Phoenix is going to fill out that roster, but I'm anxious to see how Frank Vogel is going to handle that offense with those three players.
It's going to be very exciting in the desert. It's going to be very exciting.
Shout out to Tommy Shepard.
Hey, if I was Tommy Shepard or the GM for the Suns, because I think they say the Sun and Bradley Beal agent, like they close. So you know, I don't know about the tampering things, but you know, New York, the Knicks know about that, right?
I was speaking of New York. I was just about to say, a lot of people making it seem like it's like Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell wanted out. He wanted to go to New York, and it was rumored that Utah sent him to Cleveland as a punishment. Like the Wizards couldn't do that. They couldn't be like, "Hey, you want to leave? We'll send you to the Rockets." Bye. Like you can't do that. They couldn't do that. So
kind of like what the Spurs did at Kawhi.
Yeah.
He want a ring.
He want a ring.
There are teams calling for DeAndre Ayton, so they could flip DeAndre Ayton for more role play pieces, which he's overpaid. I think all of us on the panel agree with that. He's overpaid. So they could flip him and turn him some role pieces, and they still have campaign. All right, they still have the opportunity to re-sign him. So he would still be on the roster also, but he will be getting a pay raise if they re-sign him, which is hitting the cap even more. But the owner said that he don't care about the luxury tax. He don't care about that. So he's realizing that though. I mean, look at Golden State.
Yeah, you that far along, bro. You can't care now. You that far along.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said about DeAndre Ayton, with those 3 stars they got, you could a Clint Capella would fit better easily. You know what I mean? Somebody like that.
Would.
Man, Utah found Kessler. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Carl. That's his boy.
That's my
name,
boy.
right?
Yeah, Walker Kessler.
Yeah, so like they found him. Like you got players like that. If you put them in the right situation, they will do their job. Kind of like Zubac with the Clippers. Like they went and got them from the Lakers. Like nobody thought he was gonna be a valuable piece. Look at him now. You know, so if James Jones, I trust him. I think he'll do a good job building that roster out.
One last thing, Tom. I'm sorry. Before y'all move on, I want to say shout out to Bradley Beal's agent because they said only like 10 or 12 people in NBA history have had this kind of no trade clause in their contract, and all of them are first ballot Hall of Famers. I don't know if they think of Beal as a first ballot Hall of Famer. So
The worst guy
shouts
on
out
there
to
is
his
Carmelo.
agent for getting him this contract. No funny.
Well, you know what? I am gonna move on out there, but you wanna know what's funny? I think his agent and the situation with the Wizards was like divine intervention because he was like, well, Tommy Shepard loves this guy so much, and Bill, he wants to keep Bill because other than that, he's gonna lose his job. So let's just throw anything in there and see if they'll do it. And Tommy Shepard was like, okay, you can have a no trade clause. What else you want? It's like, what?
In
But
that list, J-Mo, Carmelo is the worst player on that list. That's how good that list is.
Was.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw a shot at UNC. They had Walker Kessler and they didn't play him, let him go. He won SEC Defensive Player of the Year and all that at Auburn.
Well, since you're talking about UNC, we can talk about Duke and a lot of players that was because we talking about Zion Williamson. Should the Pelicans trade Zion for Scoop? And I'm gonna start with you, J-Mo.
Ah, man, this one right here is tough because Zion is not just, your normal superstar, man. He's a generational talent. 60% from the floor, averaging 27 a game, and he's only 6'7". He dominates the paint. He can be an elite rim protector. And when I say rim protector, I mean blocking shots and, affecting shots at the rim, not defense, not all around defense. But he's a great rim protector. He should rebound a little more. As big as he is and as athletic as he is, he should rebound more. But man, this is tough because when I think about Zion's situation, I think about when he said, it might have been like around the play-in or towards the end of the season. He said, "I'm healthy, like physically, I'm there. I'm healthy, but I don't feel like Zion." So in my head, what does that mean? Like, if you're physically ready to play, then is it mentally? Is it some of the other things we hearing about? Like, so I don't. That's another thing that some people might not be able to trust because, as you can see nowadays, that plays a huge role in how people play. I guess where they are mentally in their life or whatever the case may be. So I don't know the too much ins and outs on the Zion situation, but I'm sure people for the Pelicans have more information than I do. So if they feel strongly about that side of him, because they already know the injuries are there, but if they feel comfortable about the mental side of him and outside of basketball side of him, then I wouldn't trade him. But Scoot is nice. Scoot is nice, man. And Brandon and it's not like that they don't have Brandon Ingram. They got Brandon Ingram to fall back on. So even if Zion is not, even if Scoot turns out to be like a star or superstar, whatever the case may be, he can be just as good as Brandon Ingram, and that's still a great team. So I'm not gonna lie, man. I really don't have a yes or no because Zion is not the typical superstar, man. He is nice. Like he's a game changer, a franchise changer immediately. So like I've seen what he can do. Haven't seen what Scoot or whoever else might get drafted can do. It's just tough. If I was with the Pelicans, I probably wouldn't trade him. I probably wouldn't.
Joe, you already know where I stand, but Joe, would you do it?
No, don't trade him. Don't trade him. Listen, man. There's another guy we all know. Jim knows him very well. He didn't even play his first 2 years, y'all.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. Joel Embiid, first 3 years, only played 88% he missed 88% of the games. First 3 years. 88%. Same issues. Weight problems, injury prone, stuff like that. And look, they stuck with Embiid. Look at him now. Look at me now. I'm winning MVPs. Man, MVP. All right. So you gotta stick with your superstars. You gotta be patient. And Zion is young. He played 1 year in Duke, y'all. You gotta relax. Zion's average in his career, also on the minute restriction, 25 while shooting 60%. Like J-Mo said, he's a generational talent. Scoot, at the end of the day, he's a guard. All right. And it's rare that a guard lead you to a championship. Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, that's it. Can't name nobody else. Magic Johnson was 6'9" at the end of the day. Allen Iverson didn't get the job done. Jason Kidd didn't get the job done. Steve Nash didn't get the job done. You know why? They're too small. You need, like, it is too small. Steph Curry is a generational talent, right? So, and Isaiah Thomas, they just play some illegal basketball. It is what it is, though. But so with Zion, if he's healthy, the Pelicans are a threat. They are a threat to win the whole thing. Last year, when he was hurt, they were the number 2 seed. Can't forget about that. The same Suns we're talking about before KD, they own them when Zion's healthy. So, and look at this. They just signed a dude. Be committed. All right. They just signed him to a contract. And it's a good contract. He getting paid what? 33 million, 36 million, 38 million. I mean, look at Bradley Beal contract compared to this.
That's an anomaly, man.
$194 million contract.
That's a discount compared to Beal,
That's
man.
facts.
And look at this, y'all. He has clauses in it. We all know about the All NBA. If he's not on the floor, is he making All NBA? No. So that's more money he's not gonna get. And he got a weight clause on there. He got to weigh less than 295 to get his money. So it's not like you losing money with this dude. So I would give him a year or two, and if it's still the same crap, then you make a decision. But I think it's too early to trade him. He's too good.
Carl?
All right. So I think I agree more so with Joe. I understand Zion likes the best ability in sports, which is availability. But again, like he said, Joel Embiid like the same ability. And then now look at him, MVP. Some may say it was questionable. Some may question how he got it, but he still got it. Like y'all said, y'all took all the points, averaging 25 points for his career, 60% from the floor. So bouncy. I mean, I've seen him double jump crazy before, even over Summer League. It was still an amazing display of athleticism. When he's on the floor with the Pelicans are a way different team. They're way better. Him and Brandon Ingram together is so dynamic. And you have the 14th pick. I mean, I understand Scoot is supposed to be amazing. Some people say Scoot would be the number 1 pick if Wemby wasn't in this draft. But again, the 14th pick is still the lotto. You can still find some great value there. 14 if you want a point guard. You can go get a Nick Smith maybe. You got maybe CJ still might be there. Maybe not. You still got JV, I believe, still there. You got young core. You got Najee Marshall, Jose Alvarado. You got a nice young core. Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy played a little guard at VA, I believe. So you got pieces. You got things that's there. If Zion could get healthy, he could play maybe 75, 80% of the season. The Pelicans are still going to be, I don't want to say contenders, but they'll be a really good team. If you get rid of Zion for Scoot, we don't know what that looks like. Again, like J-Mo said, you have B.I. to fall back on. B.I. is a really great young talent. JV is a nice guy. B.I. and JV with Scoot could be crazy. But I've always been one, why would you trade somebody that you know can play in this league for a maybe in this league? I've always said that. I know what Zion can do to win this league. I know he can dominate. I don't know if Scoot can translate to this league yet. I don't know. So I would say no, but I see why the ownership may do it. I can see where this may come from, but I would say no.
Yes, man. You have to. I understand what y'all saying about the film and when he's on the court. But when is he on the court? You still got a maybe there too. Because you don't know. Scoot played in the G League, so you can kind of like say Scoot's G League compared to like Zion's run. That's the same film. They both got film going up against somewhat NBA talent. But at the end of the day, Zion can't get on the floor. Even when he can get on the floor, he can't seem to get out his own way. And you can go on Twitter and find that out right now. But for me, I'm gonna go with Scoot, and depending upon where he falls in that draft, you can trade Zion and get something else along with that. So you trade for that pick and whatever team it is. So I'm thinking about Spurs. They say it's a lock for them to get Vic. Still don't. Yeah, they're gonna do it. I'm not even gonna throw that idea out there. Let's just say that. I'll throw that out there another day. Charlotte may take him. And Jordan's still making the decisions in Charlotte. So if Charlotte takes Scoot, you don't think Jordan will give y'all a sweet deal because he is selling majority stake of the team, still gonna be a minority owner in the team. But He gets a Zion. He teams him up with LaMelo. And things can go different there. Meanwhile, you go down to the Pelicans. You got Scoot now with a CJ, with BI. You have a young core, and you can build off of that. So to me, if I'm them, you got to look at it. I want to say yes, and I'm going to say yes. You all can say no. I understand why you say no, and there's always going to be a debatable reason why you all say no. But for me, I would do it.
Tomo, I would not use G League film as to why I would take Scoot and say
What you going to do with Zion film?
You seen what he can do. He's averaged 25.
He did that in Duke too, but at the end of the day, if he can't get on the court.
Okay, real quick, Carl, you talking about film. What did Scoot do on the Rising Star Challenge?
Really?
Biggest stage of his career.
Talent, right?
Biggest stage of his career.
I'm not trying to go on Scoot. I'm not trying to go on Scoot, but let's not act like he's on that level yet. He still got to get. I need a year or two under his belt to adjust to the game, the game speed, all that stuff. But
Zion gonna need a year or two to get his legs back.
I think Scoot will be a great player, but let's look at Scoot ceiling versus Zion ceiling. I'm taking Zion.
All right. I mean, which kind of ceiling is it? Is it a project ceiling or is it a mansion ceiling?
What about MB? Was you give up on MB too? He didn't even play no games for zero first 2 years.
He barely played in Kansas.
What I was Yeah.
You didn't pull the trigger?
Yes, I have to.
At least you keep it consistent. I can respect that. It's consistent. You would have lost, but at least you kept it consistent.
Look, you got to look at it like this. If he goes somewhere else and he plays a full season, by all means, it is what it is, bro. Have fun. I'm happy for your career. That's the same thing. I can say the same thing about my situation with Beal. If he goes to the Suns and plays a full season, us in DC gonna be like, word. But technically, bro, he can't really get on the court. I know what you're capable of, but you can't get on the court. I'm gonna bring in some
situation.
But let's be real. Outside of Chris Paul, who's also a guard, who has the Pelicans had as good as Zion? That has the potential to be like a top 10 player if he's healthy and play out his career. That's the type of talent he has. They never had a guy like that. So you can't just dump a guy like that.
Yeah, don't disrespect AD.
He said guard. That's why.
You
said guard. Yeah, that's why I let him rock out.
But AD was totally different. He wanted out, and he just wanted out. He wanted to follow LeBron James. All right, that's what happened over there. But I don't know.
But with a guy like Zion though, like as great as he can be, as high as his ceiling is, you can't. You're right, Joe. You can't give up on him like this quick. Like. You invested in him, you pay, you know what I'm saying? He can be one of the all-time greats. It's not just any star. So you can't give up. You can't. One more year and we'll see. Because if he get healthy and go over to Charlotte, man, that'd be cool. But if he stay healthy over here in New Orleans, like Joe said, they contenders. I'm ready to put him up against Denver, Phoenix, and whoever else if they healthy.
See that's a big if, man. You gotta look at it like it's a relationship. Like she may be good, we may be good together. I may have engaged. I proposed to you. We may be good together, but you got a bad track record when it comes to like our relationship. Like you got a lot of red flags right now, and I know your red flags. But at some point, you gotta walk away, bro. You gotta walk away.
Sports are a big if. I mean, Scoot is a big if. We don't know if Scoot gonna pan out.
So if my if is your if.
No,
that's why we saying don't give up on it.
Nah, you gotta go, bro. I seen Scoot play.
Stop the cap.
He already got the contract. What's wrong with giving him another year or two? You can. It's not like this the last draft class where somebody gonna be a great guard. You can get find another great guard.
I understand. Like, if you could trade to get Vic, then I'm like, okay, you trade him. You feel me? But
they all right, man. If they could pass on Scoot, and if they don't work out, they can wait for Bronny.
Oh, see, now y'all started something else. Now that'll be a whole nother episode. But look, man, since we talking about trading and picks and draft classes and all of this, y'all already know where we gotta go next. Man, it's a search. We sending a search and rescue team out to Portland, man. All right.
My guy.
Should the Blazers trade their third overall pick to help Dame? Since it's your guy, I'm gonna let you go ahead and sip your water. Because you gotta go first. That's your boy.
Yeah, that's your guy.
That's your boy. So you gotta go first.
Everybody knows it's my favorite player. All right, so this is tough. This is really tough because I've always been one to say it's hard to attract people to come to Portland. So with that being said, I would keep the pick because I don't know if they can attract anybody to come to Portland. Like, just this one trade alone isn't going to put Dame over the hump. You still got to bring more pieces into Portland. But if you draft somebody really, really attractive to attract free agents to come to Portland,
That was a bad
then
time to pause.
I already said it. But then you can probably get more free agents to come to Portland, or you know what I'm saying, you can help build. I'm pretty sure they have a second round pick, not sure. It'll be a lot of trades in the NBA, and it's hard to keep up with draft pick trades. We even had one in the finals, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But yeah, if you keep the third pick, draft, which is presumed to be Brandon Miller and Dame. I don't even want Dame to Detroit, so I guess whatever. But yeah, you keep Brandon Miller, Dame. Maybe try to flip Nurkic because Nurkic isn't healthy and Nurkic isn't Zion. Before you say something, Tomo, Nurkic is never healthy. Maybe try to flip him for something. Probably get another wing, get another big. You can maybe cook a little something with Chauncey Billups, the head coach. I just don't think you trade that pick though. I think if anything, you trade Dame. The only trade that should be Portland involved is Dame, not the draft pick.
J-Mo?
Man, Dame, man. It's been about 3 years, Dame. I've been calling you. You ain't been answering, man. It's that time. Look, Portland, if I'm Portland, I'm trading Dame. I'm trading Dame because, like Carl said, the trade with the number 3 pick alone is not going to get you over the hump. You're going to have to make multiple, you know what I mean, all-time great deals to get Dame team to a point where they can compete for a championship. Because you just saw Dame average 30, 32 points a game, and they got a number 3 pick. So, like, you're going to have to make a few moves. Even if you look at the stats of some of the players on their team, like, oh, he averaged 22. Oh, he averaged 20. They was trash. Bottom of the West. So I would trade Dame. You know, they can hit the ground running. Same thing Houston doing, but only a little better because Anthony Simons and Shaden Sharp are there. You know, Houston has Jalen Green, but you know, Kevin Porter Jr. is inconsistent, can seem like a knucklehead sometimes. So that's why it's a little different over there. But I think Portland can hit the ground running. They got a young coach. And when you have young players and a young coach, that means a lot because they can grow together versus, you know, you trying to bring, I guess, a proven coach who had already won everything. So like a Doc Rivers or something like that. And the young players are not responding to him. It's like, it's a new league. You've been coaching for 20 years. The league has changed. You know what I mean? So the young coach can grow with the young players. I don't see the reason why Portland wants to remain, you know, being mediocre. Like whatever they just did last year, they can do that without Dame. So I just think that it makes no sense because I don't see who's out there that's gonna even make you top 4 in the West. I don't see nobody out there that'll really make Portland, you know, a great team. Everybody is locked up for real, and a few teams in the West are going through their own turmoil, and they'll be back stronger next year. Like Memphis, of course. When people talking about teams next year, I'm hearing a lot of Golden State, maybe see if they run it back. I'm hearing a lot of Denver, and I'm hearing a lot of Phoenix. I'm not hearing Memphis. I should hear Memphis more now since Ja is only suspended for like 20, 25 games. So I don't see no moves that Portland can make that'll put them at the top or anywhere near the top of the West. I would trade Dame and go from there because whatever they got going on with Dame, they can do it without him.
I know one deal that could do it, and we just talked about it. How about you trade the number 3 pick and you go get Zion, and you pair him up with Dame? You think that'll work?
That's a gamble because we don't know what Charlotte's doing.
But I'm just saying, if he falls to number 3, if they take Scooter number 2, number 3 is what? That'd be Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
You don't think you could make that happen? I see you rocking in your seat though, Joe. I'm gonna let you go. You're rocking in your seat. You rocking your seat. I just wanted to throw that out there. You can trade the third pick, probably go get Zion.
Dame. I'm tired of this, man. Listen, Portland, it's time. Get them out of here, man. Get them out of here. Ship them. FedEx it overnight. Send them somewhere else. Here's the thing, y'all. Like J-Mo said, they're not going to get nobody that's going to put them over the top. They're not beating Denver. Shoot, they're not even beating like LA or something like that. You know, like they just not.
Well, y'all.
Huh?
Or y'all.
Right now,
Oh yeah, I ain't saying I try to be humble. I ain't want to put this out there.
where's the cowbell?
Last time I remember we played Portland, beat them by 40, but that's another story. But like, they not gonna be good enough to be over the hump. And why give up your future for a guy who's not good enough to give you a championship? No, this other thing. I think he needs to be the second star, kind of like Kyrie Irving. So my thing is this: if I'm Portland, I'm doing this. I'm not saying he's Kyrie Irving, Carl. I'm saying like he's
No. I said they're not ready for that.
Oh, okay. It's a point guard. So look, this if I was Portland, this is what I would do. I got like J-Mo said, I got Shaedon Sharp, I got Anthony Simons, and I'm drafting whoever's available, Scoot or Brandon Miller. Whoever's available, I'm drafting them. And like Carl said, I'm getting rid of Nurkic, who got a big contract, who's never available, and I'm pairing them up. Wherever Dame going, Nurkic, you going with him. All right, I'm shipping them off. And I was saying to Miami. Miami, you can bring back Kyle Lowry. You can bring back Caleb Martin. You could bring back
Hero.
who got an expiring contract. You could bring back that's another guy got an expiring contract.
Vincent.
Yeah, I must have Gabe Vincent might got
I think Gabe Vincent is a free agent. I think he is a free agent this year. But Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry, and somebody else.
Strus.
And just let your youngest ball out next year. Let all those expiring contracts go out the door. And then you sign some veteran players that could be role players around your young stars, and y'all make a little small playoff run, like a little 8 seed, 7 seed, get to the playoffs, get some experience, and build from there. That's what I would do if I was Portland. I'll remove Dame and run with my 3 guys.
You want to know what's funny? Everything you said about Portland was what I've been saying about the Wizards for like the last 5 years. And it seemed like both of the franchises are going in the same direction. So if I am Portland, I know we were supposed to be talking about if they should trade the 3rd pick, but it flipped. Dame got to go. Like, that got to be the guy. You see what just happened with Beal. Like, sometimes you just got to let that star player go. That loyalty factor that they have, be loyal to him and let him go somewhere else and flourish. Like, you holding them back. It's kind of like when Ike and Cena got in the car, and he was like, I miss you now. Now come on home, Anime. But you got to let her go. Slam the door, break the glass, mess up that fine automobile, Dame, and just go somewhere else and propel, man. Because right now, outside of you trading that 3rd pick for maybe Zion or trying to maybe do a sign and trade with Kyrie, I don't know. There's nothing, like we all said on the panel, that can get Portland over the hump. You still got the young Kings out there. You still got the Warriors and whatever they may do with their situation. You can't forget about the Nuggets. The Clippers may make some moves. Like, it's gonna get rough in the West, and you out there just trying to get 1 or 2 pieces is not gonna cut it, man. It's just not gonna cut it.
Like okay, let's say
My bad.
let's say they get since y'all already gave up Bill. Let's say they go get like a Porzingis or Siakam. Are they the Blazers? The Blazers to pair with Dame. Say they get Porzingis or Siakam. I'm just trying to think of like players that's out there, Joe, that's available, or because nobody of the upper echelon is like on the move. No. So they get somebody like that. Are they gonna beat OKC in a series next year?
Siakam.
You know what I mean? Are they gonna be?
Can I have the question, Carl? Are you hacked, bro? Or are you just multitasking? Okay. I'm like, this man typing while he's talking.
That's why he keep talking about Miami. That's my uncle out Miami. Shout out my uncle.
Okay. I'm bad, J-Mo. I was confused.
No, I was just saying that like that. I don't see a scenario, man. I don't see a scenario unless one of them superstars wake up tomorrow and be like, man, I want to go to Portland. Which I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
Man, get rid of Dame,
we was here.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Portland, you got to save my man from himself, bro.
Yes.
Please. I understand he want to be loyal. I'm a loyal guy. That's why I rock with Dame so heavy. But, bro, it's come to the end of the road, my boy. It has come to the end of the road. That Western Conference Finals appearance y'all had was the best you're going to get out of this situation, Dame. I'm sorry. And that didn't go good. I was sad. Up 4 quarters. And you couldn't even get one. I was hurt. My little brother talking trash. It was bad. But you got to go. I'm sorry. You have to go for your legacy. Because now you're just doing nothing but hurting your legacy. You're not even helping it no more. You're hurting it. So for your legacy's sake, for your fans' sake, you have to leave.
Yeah.
Look, Anthony Simons, you've mentored him real well. His game has evolved since he's been in Portland. Shaden Sharp, again, like J-Mo said, another young guy on the rise. By the way, barely played at Kentucky, so you know what I'm saying, Tomo, that was for you. You can get the, like I said,
barely play. He didn't play.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't play. My fault. You're absolutely correct. Third pick. You had the third pick.
It's college, bro.
Pick. You can trade for more picks because what Joe said in that Miami trade is not enough. Picks are going to have to come with that. So you can get more picks for now or in the future. Trying to think about the future.
Hey, real quick, time before we move on. I made a video about this last year, and I said Portland need to tap Dame on the show. I'm like, listen, bro, we appreciate you, but I think you should leave. Like for your own good, you should leave. Listen, we will come out and tell the media that you wanted to stay. You fought us, and we said no, Dame. For your own good, we're gonna trade you. We can do that for you, Dame, for your loyalty's sake. They should do that.
Dang, here go the meme you could put on your Instagram, right? Just put the Lisa Simpson clock out for me player. Go ahead and put that up there so we know it wasn't you, all right? We know it wasn't you.
Hey, Dave, you go on tour, I'm definitely at a show. You got bars.
And speaking of bars, we're going to ride across that Golden Gate Bridge right quick, man. I think they're in Oakland now, though, right? They may be in Oakland. Another person that got San Francisco. Oh, yeah, they were in Oakland. Still Yay area.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Tell me when to go.
that's what the GM told Draymond because he definitely he declined his player option, right? So y'all should know now. Draymond declined his player option, and the question is, where does he go, or does he resign? And I'm gonna start with you, Joe.
He gonna stay. He gonna stay, man. First of all, he won't be as effective anywhere else like he is in Golden State. The reason why Draymond, now look, great defender. I think he's an all-time great defender. Probably the best defender in his generation, to be real with you. He's a great defender. He can do everything. He can guard guards. He can guard bigs. He can play the pick and roll. All right, he's very busy with his hands defensively, you know, so he's good. Now, what makes him great with Golden State is, number one, he knows their system. All right, so they run a certain way. They play a certain way. They don't play like most teams in the NBA, and he mastered that way, offensively and defensively. Number two, he's a champion with that team. So whoever walks to that door, Draymond's the guy you got to go through. Like, he has clout in Golden State, which he won't have that same clout, even though he's a champion somewhere else. And last but not least, he has chemistry with the core guys. He has so much chemistry. And all that stuff means a lot. And that's why I think Draymond is so – and Draymond's appreciated for the little he does number-wise in Golden State. You know, so they have a selfless system where most teams don't have that. So I don't think he'll be effective. And look, Steph Curry, as long as he's on the roster, Draymond Green is going to be on his team. All right? Steph Curry got the last word when it comes to roster moves. And he already came out and said, we're not contenders. And Steve Kerr, we're not contenders if Draymond's not playing with us. And their reports are saying that Golden State are working on signing a new deal with Draymond. This was before he even opted out. They are desperately trying to sign a new deal with Draymond. So I think he's going to stay.
Joe, you just said Draymond is like that Tristan Thompson to LeBron. You know, like wherever LeBron go, Tristan Thompson going to find his way. Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm going next. So he went and put this hat on. All these Michigan hats and Detroit hats, man. You got to stop what you're doing, man.
Don't disrespect us.
What? I just said stop what you're doing. That's
Michigan State.
Michigan, the state.
No, okay. You said Michigan hats. Don't disrespect us.
I said Michigan because you got a Detroit hat.
Don't disrespect us. We not little bro. We big
where's
bro.
Detroit?
Michigan State.
But where's Detroit?
I don't care. Michigan State.
But where's Detroit?
Michigan State's in East
There
Lansing.
you go. You just answered. You answered it. It's Michigan, the state.
No.
You sound like Kev in Dallas, man.
You gonna respect Big Bro. You gonna respect Big Bro.
Hey, that's not Big Bro. I just got here, all right?
Oh, it's pops to you.
All right, there you go. There you go. All right. Happy Father's Day. Michigan, the state. But yeah, I think Draymond stays, man. I think he really was just doing one of these things. You know, the GM came to him and said, hey, you decline because, you know, this new CBA, we trying to keep everybody together. So, like, you decline and we'll work out a new deal. Also, look, we might trade Poole, so you don't gotta worry about fighting no more. All right. So we might trade him and we'll bring somebody else in because we still got Wiggins, but we trying to keep this thing together, you know? Like we beat the Kings. They on the rise, but we beat the Kings. All right. And Memphis, we don't really know where they're gonna be at. Ja might get another lighter. So we still got this, all right. So I think Draymond stays. Other than that, if he was to go somewhere else, it will probably be LA, because you know, you already know the ties. But the Lakers, that is, not the Clippers, for people that get confused. Or some people were saying Detroit, but I don't really think players like going home that much. And why would he go to Detroit if he's not really on his last leg? Because going to Detroit, he would just be a mentor. It's not like they're really going to win anything in Detroit. No disrespect. But at this moment, all right. But yeah, at this moment, the Warriors is the best fit. He's the heart and soul of that team. So, you know, like the drum line, he's the heart and soul. Without the drum line, you have no band. Carl.
First of all, you're wild for that lighter joke. You really wild for that one.
You never know.
I agree. I think they restructured his deal. Draymond's older now. He's 33, 34, something in that range. Maybe even older. I know he graduated with my freshman year, so it's been 12 years since he's been in the league, which is crazy. But yeah, I think they resigned him. Like y'all said, y'all basically said everything. He's the heart and soul of the team. He sets the tone. He you know what I'm saying? He I don't know what I'm looking for, but I had something in my head. But basically he sets the tone for the team. Without Draymond, don't know if they get full rings. And a lot of people might think that's crazy because, again, what Joe said, he does so little statistically. But it's the little things. You need the guys that's going to do the dirty work. You need the guys that's going to take the charge. Or he might go for 10, 15 one game. Or he might go for 10 assists. He might go for 10 boards. He might get 10 assists and 10 boards. He'll just do the dirty work. Whatever needs to be done, he'll do it. And you need one of them guys on your team. Great defensively, like Joe said. I don't know if I would go best defensive player in our generation, but he is a really good defender.
Maybe.
So
Pat Bev got something to say about that. Go ahead.
But yeah, man. I think like also like Joe said, his impact wouldn't be the same. A lot of people are saying he want to go play with Bron. His impact in the Lakers would not be the same at all. Him next to AD, I don't see it really working out. AD can be called soft. He doesn't want to bang. Draymond's a guy who likes to get on you. Personality, stuff like that might not match. Excuse me. So I don't see it there. Coming home to Detroit, why would you do that? We're still trying to build towards the future. You're on the ladder in your career. It just doesn't make sense. That's something you probably do like 4 or 5 years from now. So I don't even want him in Detroit. So I had no offense taken Tomo by you saying that, because it honestly doesn't make sense. And I don't really see too many other teams where Draymond will want to go. Like, I don't see him going to Miami. I don't see him going to Boston. I don't see him going to the Nuggets. Why would he go to the Nuggets or Phoenix? I don't see none of that. So I think the best option is to stay in Golden State and just play out your career there. You got something great. Just ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yo, J-Mo.
Mind out the
Yeah,
I was talking about something else, man.
I feel you, Joe, on the greatest defensive player of this generation. I think the only person that he would be competing with since he came in the league, which is like 2013? 2013 to now, is Kawhi. That'd be the only person he'll be competing with. I don't think people would put Rudy Gobert up there because of how he look in the playoffs. But yeah, man, I don't think this is a big deal. I think it's just one of those things. Like I said, they trying to restructure a new deal, work out some kinks as far as the Warriors roster, because Stephen Curry wanted him to run it back. And you know how they say your best player has like leeway in the locker room, in the organization and stuff like that. Stephen Curry is, like for real. Steph Curry got pulled. So Steph Curry said he wanted them to run it back for one more year. He think they got one more run. They gonna run it back more than likely. They just got, at least with the core guys, they just need Jordan Poole and Kuminga and whatever else young guys that Steph Curry was talking about in that pregame speech before they got on the bus. They need to buy in, because it's not like they're not good enough to win. They've already won a championship together. So they just need to buy in to their roles. Jordan Poole, I know that you just got your money. And the thing about Jordan Poole is, well, not just Jordan Poole, a lot of people in his situation that have been in the league, even somebody like Fred VanVleet, after he won his championship, he didn't care if he stayed in Toronto or not. He wanted to get paid because him, guys like Jordan Poole, they know that as many rings as they win, they're not ending up on nobody's top 10 list. So why do I care about winning 5 rings? I got my one championship. I'm trying to get paid in average buckets now. So I can understand from that perspective. But you gotta also realize how you got your money and how you got your ring from buying into this system. So like Jordan Poole, they gave you an opportunity. They just gotta buy in and run it back. But I don't think it's a big deal as far as the contract. Him opting out of the contract. I think they're gonna restructure a new deal. He probably gonna get the same money, if not maybe a couple thousand more. But I don't see the big deal in it.
Nice. That's a fact. That's a fact. But
And,
go ahead,
and
Joe.
Carl, who would you put over Draymond, the best defensive player ever?
But this era,
I mean, this generation.
At this generation, yeah, in this generation, like J-Mo said, you got Kawhi, AD, pre-injuries and everything. AD was a great defender.
Not
I
like
don't know
Draymond.
about Draymond, but he's still a great defender. I don't know. I just don't know. I
See-
get what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm with you.
I think AD is as good as a defender as Draymond. He just hasn't been in the situations Draymond has been in late in the playoffs and stuff like that. Because
That's true,
you
J-Mo.
know what
He
I
hasn't
mean?
been.
'Cause-
Right.
and he haven't been as healthy as Draymond. I don't see
And
how Anthony Davis don't have a defensive player of the year by now.
Yeah, that's why
you're
I said
right, J-Mo.
pre-injury.
He should have won in 2020, but you're right, J-Mo. Like he don't. He isn't. There's nothing that you can say like, man, like a pivotal moment. Man, it was AD defense. He don't have those moments in the playoffs and big games. And Kawhi, my issue with Kawhi is once he left Toronto, he wasn't the same defensively, man.
That's because of Luca.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, for real though, because if he was still respected
I
defensively,
mean, if we being honest, yeah, I'm just being honest, man.
I think he respected off his name.
Yeah.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, Draymond got quick hands and he got quick feet. Joe, you know what we're talking about. But since we're talking about quick hands, quick feet, we got some quick news topics. Joe, you want to take it away?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm not sure if y'all heard Jamar Chase. I know Carl heard this. All right, what Jamar Chase said about Patrick Mahomes. Now I'm about to be paraphrasing, but he was asked. They asked Burrow who was the best quarterback in the league, and Burrow said, "You gotta say Mahomes." All right, respect. He went to Jamar Chase, and they told Jamar Chase like, "Yeah, it's Burrow," and they're like, "Well, he said Mahomes." Who Burrow said Mahomes? Like, he said, yeah, Pat Mahomes. He said, Pat who? I was like, oh. So the Chiefs had a ring ceremony, and then Patrick Mahomes had 2 of his Super Bowl rings and tweeted and said, "This is who." Like this who, whatever. Right? So the question is basically, do y'all like what Jamar did? Yes or no?
Am I going first?
Yeah, it's your guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So, do I like what he did? I actually do. You know why? Because they have a rivalry brewing. This is football. This is a business. They played in the last 2 AFC championships. Bengals won 1. Chiefs won 1. The Bengals were 3-0 before last year. Now they're 3-1 because Mahomes beat them on one leg. I love it. I love it. I love the rivalries, man. Hey, look, we got this going for 10 plus years. So why not start it now? Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I'm pretty sure the Bengals ain't looking to break that up. We all know how the Chiefs feel about Mahomes. So yeah, it's put the fuel to the fire. I like it. We know he's wrong, and we know who he is, but I like it.
J-Mo.
Yeah, same energy I had for Tyreek Hill when he said Tua was the most accurate quarterback in the league. That's his guy. You know what I mean? And it's not like, it's blasphemous. It kind of can be blasphemous, but some people think Joe Burrow is right there. So and Joe Burrow got a winning record against him, and he on his team. So I'm not mad at it at all. I probably would have did the same thing if I was playing for the Bengals and I was a star receiver, and we've been playing since college, and I pick out all his outfits. You know what I mean? I would have said the same thing. So it's not like he got Gus Farrat or Rex Grossman at quarterback. He got Joe Burrow, who got a winning record against Patrick Mahomes. But the way he did it, I don't know. It was funny. Pat who? I'm like, come on, bro. Pat McAfee. You know who I'm talking about. So I think the way he did it, it could be a little disrespectful, but it was hilarious to me. So I like it. You know what I mean? You gotta remember, I got Joel Embiid on my team in the NBA, so I'm fine with this kind of behavior.
That's a question. Like, do y'all like how, like, not taking up for his QB, but how he went about it though?
I think it was just banter.
Yeah.
Joking banter.
Yeah, it's
He's like,
hilarious.
ooh, I was like, oh, not. Go ahead, Tom.
Look, I got clipped up last time I said something nice about the Bengals, but I liked it. All right. I liked it. This goes back to when they were talking about Burrowhead. You said we on our way to Burrowhead where we own the Chiefs. Granted, they went out there and lost to them on one leg, but yeah, keep this rivalry going because as long as the Bengals is talking trash and not the Bills, I'm all for it because this is actually a rivalry here. You know, one like you said, Carl, Bengals 1-1, Chiefs 1-1, and we talking about playoffs. So now we really get to see it because this is the type of ammunition that Patrick Mahomes needed going into the season. Because right now he's clear cut the best quarterback in the league. So now you get some, add something there. Like, oh, for real? You think you don't know who I am? I got 2. Now I might go for 3. Make sure Burrow get an O-line so you can catch up next time. So I like it.
Yeah, I love it too, man. I'm mad we all agree, but I love it. I'm all about. I love trash talk. Just back it up. That's all I care about. Yeah. Just back it up. And they are, even though they lost last year, they have the right to say what they said. Like they were 3-0 against them. But Carl, I got a question for you. How does it feel that they got a rivalry and y'all not in it?
Oh, that's not true. Oh, we got a rivalry.
I'm just saying, like they're rivals with the Chiefs. They ain't even talking about y'all.
They asked him a question about the best quarterback in the league. They know what it is in Baltimore. Trust me, Joe.
He's not going to say Lamar who.
Of course he not. I wouldn't even be mad at him. But they know what it is in Baltimore. Don't get it confused, Joe. They know what it is. It's a reason why they tried to run it up that one time because we've been kicking their butts for so long. They was like, oh, we wanted payback. You remember that? Exactly. So don't act like it ain't no rivalry there. They know what it is.
And don't act like we ain't in the AFC even now. Come on.
Okay.
Y'all low key should be in the AFC North the many times we got to play y'all.
Come on now.
And one more thing. Joe Burrow went to Burrowhead and got buried.
Yeah. Head first.
I ain't got nothing. I can't defend him right now, but yeah, you know where I stand with that. Josh Allen ain't do
it. Hey, I'm with you. FJA.
But I think it would have been funny. Like it would have been better. Like, to me, it would have been better, like Jamar Chase's comments, if the Chiefs didn't win the Super Bowl. Like, because the Chiefs won the Super Bowl before Burrow arrived. Then Burrow get there. They beat them, but the Bengals lost the Super Bowl. Then the Chiefs beat them last year, but then the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. So it's like they could have still had the
And he won MVP.
Yeah, and he won MVP. No, I'm just saying, like, it would have been like, you had that, you got that Super Bowl, but that was before you ain't win the Super Bowl since we've been here. Like, and we got a winning record against y'all. Yeah, so Joe Burrow, but they just got another chip. And he got, like you said, and he got MVP. So objectively speaking, yeah, it's Mahomes, but yeah, I love it. Pat who?
Man, the best part on the sideline. The best part though. I mean, a lot of people probably saying Pat who in Philly, but the best part about it, right, is that Mahomes even responded. That's the best part about it, because most players be like, most players wouldn't even have said nothing. So I like that part about it too. And we got to talk about one more person before we get out of here, man. Lou Williams announced his retirement. So we're just going to do a quick, he a 76er. So I'm going to start with you, J-Mo. Just give us your thoughts on Lou Williams.
6 man like Lou Will. 6 man like Lou. Hey, look, shout out to Lou Will, man. Best 6 man of all time, if you ask me. Most points ever off the bench. He came out of high school. A lot of people don't even know that. He was a rookie on the Sixers team. He was Allen Iverson's rookie. You feel me? Allen Iverson was his OG, so he was his veteran. So yeah, man, he went to a lot of different teams. Won 6 man of the year. He was 6 man of the year on the Raptors. He went there for 1 year on 6 man of the year. When he's 6 man of the year on our team, he was our leading scorer. He averaged 18 points a game, averaged the most points on our team off the bench. And we had Iguodala, Thaddeus Young, Drew Holiday, those guys. So yeah, man, shouts out to Lou Will, man. And he a rapper. He got bars.
Carl?
Man, hey, Lou Will, I can't really say too much more than what J-Mo said. I mean, great 6 man. Like you said, probably one of the greatest 6 mans ever. just a bucket getter. Just a guy who can just go get a bucket no matter what, no matter who's guarding him, no matter what the situation is, he's going to get a bucket. And when he get hot, he gets hot. It's no cooling him off. So, man, hey, look, some people might say Manu could have been one of the best 6 men, but I don't know, bro. Lou Will, man, just a crazy bucket getter. Shout out, great career. I was hoping, I don't think he got a ring, right? Yeah, I was wishing he could have got one, but hey, look, we don't need a ring to stamp your career.
Blame Kawhi and PG, man.
That is true. That is true, man. But I would say, man, hats off to Lou Will, man. Hey, J-Mo, I know you couldn't finish the whole line because of like guidelines, but I got you. 2 girls like Lou Will, okay? First NBA player to hold it down, you know, Zion, make a phone call. But but hey, Lou, man, shout out to you, man. He was the first player I knew how to use on 2K, so that's what my respect starts back with Lou Will. And also, man, knowing a player in this day and age who was just like, I know I could start on any team in the league, but if you want me to come off the bench, I can still get you 30. So hats off to him for checking his ego at the door and being like, I can still get 30 when I want to, but I'm going to just chill. Y'all do y'all thing. So great career. And again, all the stories you told about Iverson definitely helped in my debates in the barbershop. So again, shout out to you for that too, Joe.
Yeah, Manu, I think is the best 6 man, and Lou Will is going against Jamal Crawford. All right, don't forget about Jamal Crawford as a 6 man too. But Lou Will, like Carl said, was a bucket getter, straight bucket getter. He was a guy that he was asked to score, and he did his job, and he won 6 man of the year 3 times, just like Jamal Crawford. Twice with the Clippers, like Jamal Crawford, and I think one with Toronto.
I think he did win one with Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto? All right.
Yeah, I think he did win with Toronto.
Yeah, he won with Toronto.
3 with Toronto? 3, okay. 3. Jason, stop bringing up Mavs. See, Jason, look, Kevo, Jason tell you on steroid. Every time I got his comment, he's talking about the Mavericks. I'm like,
nobody cares about the Mavs, kid.
I guess that, it's his team, but it's all good. But yeah, so yeah, Lou Will was about to get out. I will never forget when they played KD Warriors and he was cooking them. I mean, they had no answer for him. My only thing about Lou Will is this. I don't want to shade darkness over his career, but I know a lot of people might say Ginobili had a team, all that stuff. The one time Lou Will had a team, he was the worst performer on his team in the bubble. When they got to the bubble, when they had a chance to do big things, Lou Will was terrible.
You know,
now, I know there was distractions, Magic City, all that crap going on, but still, I'm just saying it happened. But shout out to Lou Will, though.
Hey, man, the wings is good. The wings is good.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Yeah, I was about to say that. But
look,
yeah,
man,
one of the best.
The reason why I threw that out there is because Lou Will has always been on teams where, like, even though he come off the bench, he like this close to being the guy. Like, he ain't never been on a team where he had, even a CP3 or Tim Duncan or Larry Bird or Bill Russell. You know what I mean? He ain't never been on a team with some of the other great 6 men. He always been the man for real. And the one time he had a chance, he had them lemon pepper wings.
Hey. Speaking of wings, man, I'm just hungry myself. So let's get these last words out the way, man. So I can go get me some lemon pepper wings. I'm gonna start off with you, J-Mo.
Look, man, it's always a pleasure to be on here, man, to talk some sports with my fellas. Shout out the whole Refuse to Lose family. Shouts out to BWT, my man Teddy. I'm going to brush up on my facts pretty soon, and I'm going to try to get on there, man, make a debut. You know what I mean? Show the baseball fans the knowledge of the reigning NBA analyst of the year. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shouts out to my man Teddy. Shouts out to my Sixers, man, Nick Nurse. Yeah, man. Shout out to Nick Nurse. I'm trying to see what we're going to do. Go get Dame, but keep Maxey, right? Dolphins. Tua. It's all on you. Look, man. Everybody I'm talking to, yeah, y'all got a good team, but Tua can't stay healthy. It's like they literally not giving us no burn, no TV time, no conversation at all. Unless you healthy, Tua. You out there playing softball, hitting home runs. You need to learn how to fall. Stay healthy, Tua. I'm rooting for you, bro. You're my mans. I know you, but I don't. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins, man. Shout out to my man number 94. Always forget your name, bro. But you my mans.
Carl knows name. Go ahead, Carl.
All right, man. Hey, look, as always, appreciate y'all for having me on the show. Always got to start off with that. Hey, J-Mo, welcome to the club, bro. All I hear about, oh, man, hey, is Lamar going to stay healthy? Is Lamar going to stay healthy? Oh, my God, it's been 2 years. Is he going to play a full 17? Bro, our summer conditioning coach is gone. 5 more flocking years. Let's go, baby. All right, Pistons, draft days. What, 2? Well, we basically say 2 days. 2 days away. Basically, I mean, it's nighttime. 2 days away. Man, I'm going to be in Detroit. I got bad memories. Last time I was watching the draft in Detroit, you drafted Luke Kennard over Donovan Mitchell. I still hate y'all for it. Tigers, man, down 4-1 right now. A lot of game left. Like I said, man, hey, shout out to Teddy. I'm about to pull a Yankees in a minute with my room, sweep it up. But, man, great show. Great show. Tigers, let's get a run in. That's all I got to say.
Hey, man. I guess the wisdom with the lens crafters, because now we got a vision. So I'm just so happy, that they're going to start from scratch, get this thing going. But the Dallas Cowboys, look, you know what? I got something to say about this. Tony Pollard came out and said he willing to take a deal, so that he can bring in more players. The fact that your running back knows that the running back market is scarce after this franchise tag, and he's like, look, I'll take a cap, take a contract where it doesn't affect the cap. Never mind. Look, Cowboys have a great season because I knew Kev was going to say this. Dak, just follow his suit, man. And Bill, again, thank you. Now you and John Wall can link up maybe in the offseason and talk. Maybe he can go to the Suns because they're going to need some league minimum players. Bring your boy back. I'll root for the Suns after that, I'm like, hey, they got my boys back there with KD. They did what the Wizards couldn't do. They got them two and KD. Look at that. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so me first, I want to say shout out to the Refuse to Lose family that came out and celebrated my B-Day with me. I appreciate it. Carl, I know you're out of town. You're excused. All right, it's fine. And I had a great time. But Sacramento, man, I'm feeling so good about the Kings next year. We're gonna get to next year. Like the bean, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Ooh, can't wait. I was watching the Mavericks and the Kings game the other day when De'Aaron Fox dropped 28 in the fourth quarter. Sorry, Kevin. But yeah, got the Mavs out of there. And Commanders, man, I never been more excited about this. This is the most excited I've been in preseason for the Commanders, all season for the Commanders, and like in my entire life. All right, not saying win a Super Bowl or nothing, but I'm feeling really good about this year, y'all. And normally, when I feel good about my team, y'all saw last year what happened. The Kings went took it to a new level. Won division. Tomo, they won the division.
Hey, NFC East can go anyway, so.
I'm just saying. All right, so before we got here, though, let's get these in right here. Make sure y'all like this video. Look, we are streaming on all 3 platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Like on all 3 platforms. Share, subscribe on all 3 platforms. Also, subscribe on all 3 platforms. Did I say subscribe? Subscribe on all 3 platforms. All right. Appreciate y'all for using the comment section. Kevo, make sure you have my jersey ready. Jahan Dotson, number 1. I want the away jersey. I don't want no home jerseys. You know what? I want the all black Jones. All right. But yeah, appreciate y'all for using the comment section. I've been lit in the comments like always. We appreciate y'all. Tomo, real quick, go over those IG chats we got going on.
Man, y'all can clearly see that the IG chats in the comment section, it refuse to lose. And for the folks that's on the audio adventure with us, that's refuse, the number 2 lose sports on Instagram. And the chats we have to offer, we got NBA/WNBA. We have the NFL. Again, hats off to baseball with Teddy. We got MLB, college football, go Terps. College basketball, both men's and women's, go Terps again. Basketball, look, I said basketball. We're going to change it probably at some point to combat, but we have a boxing chat as well, mixed in with UFC and a sprinkle a little bit of wrestling. With these chats, again, you get healthy conversations. I won't say debates because they are conversations, because the folks that want to learn, they will learn. And for the folks that don't want to learn, come back next week and we'll try it again. And you get the latest news, updates, trades, transfer portals. You get all of this before your favorite sports networks and just platforms in general. We get everything before. I want to say we get it before Twitter too. That's how good we are over here. So if you want to join these chats, again, hit us up on Instagram @refuse2lose sports, and we'll add you to these chats.
Let's get it. And speaking of BWT, all baseball content goes through BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Shout out to Teddy. If you're a diehard fan, casual fan, you just want to learn baseball, tune in to BWT, do Refuse to Lose Sports. And look, man, great episode. That's all we have for y'all today. And guess what? We'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.